$4 on a ticket. It's the 2025 Northwest Sports Show coming next Thursday at the Minneapolis Convention Center.
A school board meeting in New York descended into chaos during an argument over an LGBTQ pride book that was made available to children in kindergarten. And I don't know why that piqued my curiosity. That was the Daily Mail, and on Daily Mail pieces, I always try to verify it. Because the Daily Mail could be a tad irresponsible. It's a bulletin board of just really odd stuff.
Gotcha.
Right? But sure enough, the Rochester, New York newspapers covered this. It's the Penfield Central School District. And, yeah, a book was given out to these little kids, and it's called The Rainbow Parade. And it illustrates a young child and her two moms attending the Pride Parade together, where they see men in bondage holding hands and a near-naked person walking the streets alone. So the parents at Penfield Central School in New York attended a board meeting in an effort to voice their concerns, but they were shut off by the super, apparently, who's Dr. Tasha Potter, and she's in the Rochester paper. She's confirming that parents disrupted the Board of Education meeting. It was a couple of weeks ago, it turns out. That's fine. I still wanted to do this. In response to the disruption, the school board president, Dr. Emily Roberts, they're all doctors, aren't they? Yeah. Ended the meeting, and the board members walked out. The only reason I brought this up is, and I've expressed this before, my utter confusion at why we have to leave children alone.
You'd think so.
I don't understand this. That's not fair to a kindergartner or a first grader to proselytize this kind of thing. If they come to that choice in their life later when they can think, that's fine. That's their business. Why are the Democrats, for example? Well, not all Democrats could think this. I just refuse to believe that. But I was thinking last night. Why would Democrats in the Senate, the U.S. Senate, not to mention here in the U.S. in the State House, every single one voted to allow biological males to compete in women's sports? What they're doing, of course, is contesting Trump's executive order forbidding such a thing. And they find that abhorrent, and so they're voting to, I suppose that'll end up in the courts too. Fine, let the courts handle it. But that really doesn't have anything to do with these little children. But I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but my getting it might be preposterous.
Okay.
But if I look at it if I look at this through the lens of the mystery, I can come up with an answer why adults are more than flirting with tampering with the lives of children. I can come up with an answer.
All right.
But it's a mystery answer. It's not.
It seems pretty obvious and easy to me.
Okay,
Joe.
you take a shot at it.
Well, they're just brainwashing them early.
Yep.
Start early.
Okay,
Their
but I'm
minds are
looking for
easily manipulated.
Yeah, but I'm looking for why. Why would you do that to a child?
How do you pick up on little Jimmy's vibes
Control.
that he wants to?
You guys,
it's indoctrinating
control.
them early.
100%.
For what reason? I'm still focused. I'm looking right through my microscope into the mystery. Why would you do that?
So you're firmly on the left.
Yeah, you're on the team. It's the same thing with the failed academy logic that Kenny's saying. It's the exact same thing. It's control.
Okay, I'll take my shot at it. Control and all that might be a byproduct of what I think's happening. I think the mystery in its deepest recesses has at its heart the desire to undo everything we see as conventional. going back again to the founding of the country, which was inherently flawed through the lens of the mystery because it was just a bunch of white guys. And Mysterians don't think they got it right. And Mysterians further believe that there's been a male dominance in Western culture and that it has been injurious to many people in terms of feeling oppressed by a male dominance in culture, which is also called patriarchy. And through the lens of the mystery, Mysterians at their deepest recesses, not all Mysterians, but most of them, are attempting to eradicate even the idea that such a thing as patriarchy could exist, that there should be no such thing as a male, much less male superiority. I guess they'd say there's such a thing as a male, but where they would draw the line is that males should not have made the rules, males should not have made the laws, males should not have been the founding fathers, males should not have created the laws in the courts. That these are all
Okay, go start your own frickin' country.
These are all feelings that are predisposed to fomenting the mystery. That we're going to destroy this idea of Western civilization because it has become way too dependent on the idea of males playing too prominent a role. So it doesn't strike it. To me, that's the reason an adult straight from the failed academy would go become a kindergarten teacher in Penfield School District in New York and think nothing of planting the seed into a little kid that they can be whatever they want. They don't have to, which to me is what's injurious about it is they're taking their maker out of it. They're saying that humans should be in control of who they are and what they want to be, and it has nothing to do with how you were born. And therefore, Jimmy, we think you can become a girl if you want. Well, Jimmy doesn't know he doesn't know how to tie his shoes,
right,
much less know what gender he wants to be. And I don't think this is happening a lot. I don't think you go to school every morning and come home as a different person. But it's happening. It's happening.
And it's been a recent thing. You know, this wasn't happening 10 years ago.
I think it is younger than 10 years. Yeah. Yes, I think this is a younger phenomenon than being 10 years old.
That's just one chapter in fighting what they think is a white supremacy culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just one spoke in the wheel. I think what you're saying is absolutely true, but it's outward and overt and open, and they brag about it.
Well, somebody's got to get to them to keep their hands off children. I'm not saying this is happening with great frequency. There are still enough reasonable people that would not allow this to happen.
Part of the mission plan, Joe. I think it's part of the mission plan. And as I've said before, subjecting kids before puberty to anything sexual is just... Oh, my God, you're just doing so much damage to that developing brain. Like you said at the outset, let them make those decisions on their own when they're old enough to figure out the difference.
And because these people can't link, the deeply corrupted Mysterians who can't link, they're all over the map with this. For example, Mary Moriality thinks you can't be a criminal until about 18, 25 because your mind isn't developed.
Yeah,
but I guarantee you, Mary Moriality, well, I shouldn't say it. I don't know where she'd fall on this. But they're all over the map on what they think the right age is for something.
They are at odds with themselves.
Yeah, and so it's beyond insidious. It's terribly, terribly saddening.
Well, and especially because when you're talking about kids at that age, just how vulnerable they are.
They don't know what they don't. They're waiting for the next episode of Peppa Pig.
We had it on earlier.
I know. I've seen that one. I love it.
Yeah.
Is that where Papa Pig goes to town?
I think so.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool.
Peppa?
Yeah, I
Very
don't
hip.
think
Very
she
hip
doesn't
pig.
have an enemy anywhere.
No, she's a really
an awesome
sweetheart.
kid.
Yeah, no.
What? Don't you know Peppa Pig?
I don't know Peppa.
Oh, man, I know every character and every episode.
No, but
Yeah, you're missing out.
John's wheelhouse has to be Barney because of Dill's age
Yeah, and then SpongeBob.
and SpongeBob. Yep.
Oh, there's a Peppa Pig airplane and a Peppa Pig car.
Who's that little whining kid that I want to smack
Oh,
upside
that's
the head? Yeah, with the funny spelled name.
I don't think Peppa Pig has whiners.
no.
Channel
Kenny's
2?
thinking of a different one.
Caillou.
Don't change the.
That's
Hey! Don't change the
What do
subject
you got,
on me.
Peppa?
That's
Let me
Stay
change
with
it to
Peppa.
this. Let me change it to this, Joe, which backs you up, but it doesn't talk about kids. Is this training, manager corps training, that state workers had to attend a bit ago, labeling the Republican Party as overtly white supremacist. This manager corps training said...
Oh, I saw this. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a 32-page document within this training called White Supremacy Culture Still Here. And they're basically talking about the Republican Party.
Right.
So it's, it starts early and it continues through adulthood.
Well, I'm vigilant. I don't anticipate any kids I'm involved with having to endure this. I'll just
Why
leave
do
it
you
at
say
that. Huh?
No, I think you should. I think you should be on high alert.
Yeah, they attend the right schools.
Oh, I got you.